Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to paint some urban flowers, so let's get started. So I'm going to do this painting in oil and I'm sketching it out just a little bit first with the pencil to lay out some of the basic shapes. And this painting is based on a photo that I took on one of my walks in San Francisco. I like to walk around and oftentimes pay attention to the connection between the urban landscape and the natural landscape. And what I mean by this is oftentimes I'll see um, a lot of plants from people's gardens kind of mingling with the concrete and the built forms around the plants. And I think it's really cool because you have these organic shapes of the plants themselves, and then you have the very, I guess, geometric, very structured shapes of the man-made objects like sidewalks and poles and things like that. So in this case, um, I was walking and I saw this vine of flowers that was starting from the bottom of the sidewalk and then slowly climbing up a pole. And I thought it was really beautiful because the flowers had this really nice, like orangey yellow color, very warm. And then they were snaking around this pole that on one side of the wall that they were on, it was painted like a deep blue color, and then on the other side, it was kind of this creamy beige color. And so I really liked the combination of all of those colors together. I thought it just created an image that was really pleasing, combined with the nice kind of like wrapping, spiraling form of the plants. I thought it would be a really cool picture and something really nice to paint. So here you can see I'm laying in the colors, just kind of blocking in some of the large shapes with color, not getting too much into the details here, but trying to put in just the major color masses of the flowers, the leaves of the vines, and the blue wall, the beige wall, and also the sidewalk. And I was trying to be very thoughtful about how my colors would reflect the temperature of light. So I was thinking with this one, the flowers are mostly getting hit with direct sunlight, and so is the sidewalk. So I kind of arranged this image with the idea of having a warm light source, and so my shadows would mostly be cool. And so I tried to keep that consistent throughout the painting. And here I start adding in more of the details to the painting. And this part was kind of tricky because there are so many leaves on this plant that I wanted to figure out how much I could suggest detail and how much I could actually leave out, because I wanted to suggest this feeling of a lot of vegetation without actually painting every little leaf. So I decided to focus most of the details in the bottom part of the picture where the light is more directly hitting the flowers, and then have the level of detail decrease as you move up the image and have more kind of expressive brush marks in that section of the image. This is to help concentrate the focal point in the bottom part of the image. And so at this point, I make sure to have like the highest level of contrast and the highest level of detail more towards the bottom. Um, and so here you can see I'm starting to add some more details to the flowers. I add highlights to the flowers, and I try to add just a few precisely placed highlights, not getting too caught up in all of the individual petals, but rather just suggesting light on the flowers and keeping things relatively simple. I also go in with some more detailed brushes and add suggestions of vines of the plant climbing up along the wall, um, and also adding small marks to suggest the stems, um, and the parts, like some thinner lines to suggest how the leaves are all connected to the plant. Then finally I go in and I add a few more leaves to increase this feeling of kind of lush vegetation in an urban environment. And I also go in and I add some more highlights to the foreground and also a little bit to the background to build more of the shapes of the poles along this wall that the vine is slowly climbing up. And then kind of the last step is just adding some more highlights to the leaves that are towards the front to build up this 3D shape and also give a bit more contrast in the foreground to help mark that as the main point of emphasis. And yeah, so that's pretty much all I have today for this painting. I hope that you enjoyed watching me paint some flowers in an urban environment. I think, as I said, it's really cool to have this combination of natural forms with man-made urban forms. And I'm pretty happy with how this painting turned out. I think I managed to keep things pretty loose while still suggesting the form of the flowers. So overall, I'm really happy with how this one turned out. Thanks again for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please let me know in the comments below or subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you next time. Bye!